It started about 25 years ago when I was just always sick. I never could feel better. I started out with urinary tract infections all the time that I could not get over. Then I started hurting in all my joints and my legs and my feet. So walking and just carrying on through the day was really difficult. I went to doctor after doctor to ask them why. Why was I having all of these infections? Why was I hurting so bad? And so at first they started to say, well, I think you might have fibromyalgia. I think you might have, and I obviously tested out for urinary tract infections continually. They first started putting me on antibiotics, and I lived on antibiotics for years because they would do one and then it would not work, and then I would start another one and then it wouldn't work. And we just continued this for a long time. We went back into the doctors and they told us that, stay on all this medicine, but we think you're depressed. I started to just collect a bunch of different medications for high blood pressure, sugar diabetes. They told me I had gout. They told me I had all these things. And so every time they would tell me something, they would write me out more medication. When it came to a head that we had to do something else was when I got so bad that I could not hardly walk anymore. I could do a few things in the morning and hopefully make dinner in the afternoon, and that was about it. I was so sick, but I didn't look sick. So nobody knew how bad I was because I just looked normal, but I wasn't. I was just horribly sick. So I started researching online, and that's how I found Envita. When I got down here, the testing was the most comprehensive testing I had ever had done, ever. And we found things that were in addition to the Lyme disease that were just wreaking havoc with my body. And then once I got a port and we had started to get some answers to the tests that we had taken, then we started more intense treatments. The medical staff here is so thorough in what they do. I'd never had so many tests run to know not just the issues that I have with Lyme's, but the issues with a bunch of different medical infections and different things that were happening in my body. And I found out a lot of answers that I had not been able to find through a specialist after specialist, and being scoped and looked at and all over the place. There were things that came to light here that I never knew, which really helped in the whole picture of your wellness. Samantha was the one that I worked with, and I called her. She's the one that answered the phone right from the beginning, and she got me in quite quickly. And then I kept going downhill, and I finally called her and said, I'm gonna have to get in sooner. And she worked with me and got me right in. It's just been wonderful working with her. Michaela as well has just been fabulous. Dr. Petit is very thorough in what he does, and so you'll wait for a little while for answers, but when they come, he's very thorough with what he tells you, and he gives you ideas of what might be possibilities of this bacteria, what might be possibilities of this bacteria. They also took all of my prescription medications that I was taking, and we found that some of them I need to change because they're not going to react with the way my body works. They're not going to work, and that was something I'd never experienced at any clinic before, so that was good. You don't leave this clinic until you feel confident that you're healthy and that you're going to be able to make it. Envita helped understand all the different pieces of the puzzle that can be put together to help in your total wellness. So they go after everything. If there's a bacteria or if there's some other issue you're dealing with in addition to the Lyme, they go after that as well, and that's very helpful.